All systems ready.
Hello, my fellow adventurers. This is the Master Rules Lawyer coming back at you again, continuing my series on ranking every spell in Dungeons and Dragons into tiers, starting with the cantrips, going all the way to 9th level. Today we're looking at Eldritch Blast. Now, quick rundown of how I do my tier ranking. This class is the top tier spells that you're always going to want to take when it's available. Sometimes you're even going to go as far as multi-classing or taking a feat or just going out of your way to grab this spell even when it's not normally on your spell list. It's just that good. You want to have it. A tier is spells that you may not go so far to go out of your way to pick it up if it's not on your normal spell list, but if it is, it's going to be a strong contender. It's going to be a spell you're likely going to want to grab anytime it presents itself. It's going to be just a really solid pickup, very useful. B tier, not quite so obvious, but it is going to be a solid choice that is going to really shine in certain situations, maybe certain builds, certain campaigns, but at other times maybe it's not as great. Then we are looking at C tier, which are spells that most of the time you're not going to get a lot of use out of, or a lot of times there's going to be something better. But there will be certain situations where you'll be glad you have it, where it does have its use, and can be kind of cool. D tier are your spells that pretty much never want to take. There's always something better, always better options for you. It's just really hard to justify a spot on your spell list for this. A lot of times it can be replicated with the use of items or other skills or abilities or actions. So those are the ones that you want to stay away from. So Eldritch Blast, D tier, right? I mean, obviously. No, actually, yeah, S tier. Do I even need to go any further into video? Yeah, I mean, it is definitely, in my opinion, the best damage dealing cantrip out there. Casting time in one action, range 120 feet, verbal and somatic components, instantaneous duration from the School of Evocation, ranged attack. So there's not a saving throw, it's an attack roll, and it deals force damage. So how does this work? A beam of crackling energy streaks toward a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 force damage. The spell creates more than one beam when you reach higher levels. 2 beams at 5th level, 3 beams at 11th level, 4 beams at 17th level, and you can direct the beams at the same target or at different ones. Make a separate attack roll for each beam. This spell is exclusively available to warlocks. And why is it S tier? Because if you're a warlock, you should absolutely take this, even if you're not a ranged attacker. If you're near a hexblade or other melee warlock, if you have it available, take it, because there's going to be times when even if melee is your primary thing you want to do, there are going to be times it's definitely going to come up where you're going to want to be able to cast a ranged attack and may not want to use one of your limited spell slots on it. And there's quite a few classes out there that are willing to take a feat or multi-class to grab this. A lot of especially charisma-based classes, but it is just an amazing cantrip. Force damage, first off. One of the least resisted damage types. So that right there makes it a better pickup than Firebolts or Ray of Frost or similar attacks. And as I mentioned, it's not a saving throw; it's an attack roll, which I think is always better because it just seems to scale better um, as you go into higher levels, like when you're fighting higher, stronger enemies, you tend to have a lot stronger saves. They have legendary resistances and stuff. So a lot of times you can't get that saving throw to be failed, but you can a lot of times hit them with a attack roll. And whereas something like Firebolt, which I think is the closest comparison I can come up with for another cantrip, um, Firebolt increases with damage as you level up. This creates separate attacks, and to me, in my mind, that is better than a single attack roll. That means you can still get some damage even if you miss your first attack. Um, you don't have to unload it all on uh, the same target too. You can, if you got three beams, you can send them at three different enemies. You might be able to take down three enemies all at once. I'm not even going to go into the fact that um, the warlocks invocations have ways to make this even better. Um, I, I don't think that's fair to other cantrips to look at how it can be strengthened by other class features and such. I mean, so I do want to touch that. Yeah, that is a possibility, and that's likely something you're going to be doing if you have Eldritch Blast, which makes it even better. Makes it SS tier or S plus tier. But that said, even on its own, without the invocations, um, it's got great range, great damage. It's a D10. It's great damage type, multiple attack rolls as opposed to um, you know just the one, and it's attack roll over saving throw. It just it's about as perfect as a damage dealing cantrip can get. So yeah, that's where I'm ranking it, S tier. Um, Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree, or um, have you guys used a warlock or other um, class of character with Eldritch Blast that's made it really effective. Especially, would like to hear about non warlocks that might have picked this up as a feat that you know maybe comboed with Hex and or other have had other ways of success. I'd like to hear about your. I love hearing about people's characters. That's my thing. So if you had a cool character, I mean, don't just tell me, oh, I had a character that I was. Tell me who your character is. Tell me a little bit of their background. You can make them come to life for me. I love to hear about um, the stories that you guys have told, and yeah. Well, tell me about your characters if you use Eldritch Blast. Tell me if you think I'm hyping it up a little bit too much, but I think I'm going to probably argue with you in your comments if you do, because this is a hard one to just say, hey, this is not S tier. But yeah, of course, like and subscribe was definitely appreciated. New channel, so we're trying to build up some viewers. Hope to get to know you guys a little bit in the comments and hear more about your characters and your experience at the table. Um, until next time, you guys have a good one.